Thank you very much, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. Honorable Prime Minister, ambassadors and high commissioners, representatives from GAP, and I won't make the mistake of trying to twist my tongue around words that I cannot pronounce. Let me also acknowledge P.B. Scott and the permanent secretaries, specially invited guest board members. Ladies and gentlemen, a very pleasant good morning. Today is an historic day because the critical role of the aviation sector to tourism and the service sectors has made clear the need for modernization and development of our airports many years ago. Through a thorough analysis, the government decided that privatization was the best available option for mobilizing the considerable resources that would be required to achieve our objective. As a small island developing state that is highly dependent on tourism and trade, airports are strategic assets and therefore demand a significant measure of oversight and control. The Norman Manley International Airport has played a critical role in the economic development of Jamaica and has served as the premier gateway to the nation's capital for many years. The government of Jamaica, through the Ministry of Transport and Mining, initiated the process of implementing a public-private partnership to identify a private sector operator with proven experience in the aviation sector to operate, develop, and maintain Norman Manley under a long-term concession. And some will recall that this process has taken years to get us here. We have had many stops and many starts, but thank God we are here today. Subsequently, GAP was announced on September 11th as the preferred bidder for the Norman Manley concession, with commercial close sold expected by the third quarter of this financial year. As Minister with responsibility for transportation, I am pleased with the successful outcome of this PPP and commend the executions for the transparency and equity of the process. They did so with the utmost professionalism, accountability, and integrity. I must pause to commend P.B. Scott and the enterprise team, the DBJ, and the full team of lawyers. They have made Jamaica proud. They have negotiated hard, they have stuck to their guns, and they failed just a little bit because we were hopeful that we would have gotten more of the revenue share. The Prime Minister is of the view that the assets of Jamaica should be exploited for the people of Jamaica. We are in the business of inviting investors to partner with us. We are not in the business of giving away our assets. So PB, we are a little disappointed that we didn't get a little more. But we are happy as it is. The selection of GAP as the preferred bidder for Norman Manley's concession marks a significant step towards Jamaica scoring another successful PPP. This too comes on the heels of the completion of the Kingston Container Terminal and the North-South Highway. The Norman Manley PPP affirms the government's commitment to facilitating private sector investment to develop world-class infrastructure, which is a critical element of the government's economic growth strategy. And that strategy, I must say, is working. It is evident that PPPs are an excellent vehicle for unlocking the value of assets, reducing debt, and mobilizing local and foreign direct investment in our economy. The government has successfully supported the privatization of over 20 of our assets since 2009, with the most recent being the privatization of Cayman Astrac Limited, Petcom, and the Kingston Container Terminal. Under the terms of the Norman Manley Concession Agreement, the government of Jamaica will receive a guaranteed percentage of the gross revenues earned at Norman Manley. GAP will be responsible for operating and maintaining the airport, improving the efficiency of both land and airside operations, and financing and completing the planned modernization program. This will include an agreed capital works program to be completed within the first 36 months of the concession agreement, aimed at expanding and upgrading the facilities at the airport. GAP has importantly committed to use Jamaican businesses and suppliers and contractors in this venture, and I want to commend GAP for that commitment to Jamaican businesses. These mandatory works are estimated to cost over US $110 million at a minimum and are clearly outlined in the agreement. Having transferred the responsibility to finance and operate Norman Manley to GAP, the Airports Authority of Jamaica can now focus its resources on managing the Sangster and Norman Manley concessions, as well as the government's other airports and aerodromes. And soon, very soon, exciting news will be announced about the upgrading of some of our aerodromes. The government is committed to general aviation and its expansion. When I was a child, we had 52 active aerodromes in Jamaica. Today we have 8, and we are determined to do something about it. Mr. Reynolds needs somewhere to park his plane. This route presents the right mix of strategies to achieve our objectives of an even greater contribution by the sector to national development, while affording a reasonable return on investment for our partners in this venture. Partners, welcome to Jamaica and welcome to this new journey on the road to prosperity. Thank you.